The film opens with a sweeping night view of Los Angeles. We meet Will Sharp, a former Marine and Afghanistan veteran who is on a call with the hospital. He's frustrated because the hospital hasn't processed his wife Amy's medical file and isn't providing proper care. Will pleads with the hospital staff to prioritize Amy's treatment, emphasizing his own service to the country and his sacrifice. However, the hospital worker dismisses him, telling him to get coffee and abruptly ending the call. Amy, who overhears the conversation, reassures Will that she trusts him more than anyone else, even though she has lost faith in others. Will is in a dire situation, needing $231,000 for Amy's experimental cancer treatment. He turns to his adoptive brother Danny, a seasoned criminal, for help. Meanwhile, an ambulance receives a dispatch for an accident scene, highlighting the vital role of EMTs and emergency medical technicians. Cam arrives at the accident scene and is shocked by the severity of the crash. A young girl in the backseat has an iron rod impaled in her stomach. The emergency team quickly administers first aid before transporting her to the hospital. Meanwhile, Will visits his brother Danny's garage, where he's greeted warmly. They share a moment of joy seeing each other, but Will's mood turns serious as he reveals he needs Danny's help. Danny, knowing Will usually comes around only when he's in trouble, asks for the amount needed. Will explains he needs $231,000 for Amy's surgery. Danny offers to help but suggests a more lucrative opportunity, a $32 million bank heist. Though initially reluctant, Will agrees after Danny insists it's for Amy's sake. The plan involves using a stolen and repainted delivery truck to execute the heist. They arrive at the LA Federal Bank and take control of the situation, but their plan is interrupted when a police officer named Zach enters the bank to flirt with a bank teller. Danny holds Officer Zach hostage. A shootout erupts between one of the heist crew members and Officer Mark, Zach's partner. The LAPD's Special Investigations Section, SIS, arrives and takes down the entire crew except for Will and Danny, who manage to retreat to the garage. During a struggle, Zach accidentally gets shot by Will while trying to escape. With Zach dying, the brothers make a dash for the back of the building but find themselves surrounded by police. They hijack a Felk ambulance with paramedic Cam Thompson inside, who is trying to save Zach. In the ensuing chase, Cam tries to escape using a fire extinguisher, but decides to stay when Zach's condition worsens. The police quickly spot the ambulance and give chase. Danny begins to assist Cam, determined not to let an innocent man die, especially a police officer. Meanwhile, Poppy and Roberto, acquaintances of Will and Danny's father, get involved. Poppy, a close friend of their father, receives a call from Danny. Desperate, Danny offers Poppy $8 million to help them evade the police. As Will drives recklessly, Cam warns that they're running low on emergency blood. In a desperate move, Will offers his own blood to Zach. The situation worsens as the FBI joins the chase, with Agent Clark immediately recognizing Danny and leading the pursuit with his team. When Cam intervenes to stop Danny from shooting Officer Mark, who has been pursuing them, Danny threatens to throw her off the ambulance. The police pull back when they discover that Monroe's dog Nitro is in Mark's police vehicle. FBI agent Anson Clark, a former acquaintance of Danny, takes over the case. The high-stakes chase is broadcast live on TV. Agent Clark briefs Captain Monroe, revealing that Danny, the mastermind behind the heist, has been a criminal since he was 17. He also mentions that Danny's father was notorious for robbing 6 major banks. Despite Danny's criminal background, Clark asserts that Danny is not a killer and will not harm Zach. Instead, Danny plans to use Zach as leverage to escape the authorities. Captain Monroe seeks Clark's help with the case. Meanwhile, Zach's condition deteriorates, and Cam warns that he needs immediate surgery. Danny, however, holds a gun to her head, making it clear they can't stop. Cam contacts a doctor friend for guidance on what to do. With Will's help, Cam performs emergency surgery on Zach, who has a ruptured spleen. Despite her lack of experience, Cam successfully stabilizes Zach's condition. Will reassures Cam that she has nothing to fear from them, as they have no intention of hurting anyone. Cam's doctor friend receives a call from Captain Monroe, who inquires about Zach's surgery. The doctor, unaware that Cam successfully performed the operation, reports that Zach is in critical condition and cannot guarantee his survival. This report escalates Captain Monroe's anger. He not only wants to catch the brothers, but is now determined to kill them. Captain Monroe orders his snipers to various locations to take out Danny and Will. Agent Clark, disagreeing with this lethal approach, contacts Cam to warn her about the snipers and advises her to take cover under the stretcher. Cam tells Clark that Zach is alive and recovering from the surgery, but her message is ignored. Captain Monroe insists that the snipers proceed with their orders. Faced with imminent danger, Cam informs Danny about the snipers' plan. Danny and Will quickly steer the truck to evade the attack. Frustrated with Cam, Danny decides to shoot her, but Will intervenes, leading to a heated argument between the brothers. Cam sends a text to the FBI agent detailing Danny's plan. Agent Clark advises Cam to convince Will to join her side and create a rift between the brothers if she wants to survive. Cam resumes drawing Will's blood to weaken him. Learning about Will's motivation to save his wife, Cam pretends to empathize with him, trying to win him over to her side. Meanwhile, Pappy's team has arranged numerous ambulances identical to the hijacked one, along with high-tech weapons, to execute a diversion. One of Danny's men informs him about the setup, and the brothers manage to find a moment of peace, listening to music to calm their nerves. As helicopters pursue them over the Los Angeles River, Danny takes aim and shoots at them. The brothers drive on the opposite side of the interstate, causing multiple accidents to throw off their pursuers. They eventually reach the rendezvous point where Puppy's men are waiting. Danny tells Will he should leave, warning that what's coming next is highly dangerous. He emphasizes that Will has a family to look after and shouldn't risk his life. Will responds that he also has a brother to care for, which pleases Danny. Danny has painted his car green, and the many identical ambulances set off to create chaos and mislead the police. The police surround one of the ambulances, creating a diversion. This allows Danny and Will to slip away unnoticed. Danny contacts Roberto, letting him know they've successfully escaped and advising him to leave as well. Roberto rigs his ambulance with a bomb, exits, and detonates it near a large group of police officers, causing numerous casualties. As Roberto tries to flee, Officer Mark spots him and pursues. Meanwhile, Poppy's men set up machine guns on various vehicles to create further chaos and buy time for Roberto's escape. Despite this distraction, Mark catches up to Roberto, and in their struggle, Roberto is killed. Poppy, devastated by the loss of his son, is overwhelmed with grief. Amid the violence, Captain Monroe also loses his life. Will and Danny reach Poppy's hideout, where Poppy demands they leave Zach and Cam behind. Zach has regained consciousness and gives Cam a gun for protection. Will refuses to abandon Zach and Cam and decides to join forces with Danny to take down Poppy and his crew. During the ensuing fight, Cam accidentally shoots Will with Zach's gun. With Will and Zach both injured, Danny drives the ambulance to a hospital. Upon discovering the gun and learning from Cam that she shot Will, Danny becomes furious. He vows to take both himself and Cam down on live TV before confronting the police. In a desperate move, Will shoots Danny in the back. Danny, apologizing to Will, succumbs to his injuries. The police arrest the severely injured Will and rush him into surgery. Cam secretly uses some of the heist money to cover Amy's surgery. When questioned, Zach tells the police that Will saved his life. The story concludes with Will's fate uncertain and Amy receiving the help she needs.